All right. Where do I even begin? Let's pick up where we left off in my last vlog. Alright, so it's the beginning of March. Life is normal. We're all hanging out in Taipei. Final stretch of Capstone is just ahead of us. We have picnics, we have hot pot. We were still talking about how much guests should be paying at graduation for their tickets. Now, keep in mind, by this point, we all knew about COVID-19. Taiwan has had it on high alert since January, but we thought it was mostly an Asia thing at the time. So everything was relatively calm and normal till the first update from Dean Lida came, which kicked off probably the most stressful week of my life. The first update came on March 11th, and another one came on March 12th, and these updates essentially changed the mood in our residence hall overnight. Everyone was quite nervous, but most people were staying until the March 15th update, which kicked off what I like to refer to as the first evacuation of the M'20s in Taipei. The outline essentially told us that if you have the means to do so, you should leave. And all of a sudden, for the first time ever, our community were faced with the possibility that we'll never be together again as a community. And that was really scary. So our amazing SXP interns, Anda and Izzy, whipped together this night where they pushed aside the tables in the common room, gathered snacks from our past cities that we've been to, and gathered as many M'20s as possible to sit in their room to be together as a community, possibly for the last time.
You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you.
We shared memories. We talked about what we're grateful for, talked about what we regret. We laughed, we cried, we hugged, and we danced. Truly, it was probably one of the most beautiful moments I've ever experienced. Sad, but a memory I will probably remember for a long, long time.
As a wave passing by, leave a mark in our marks that turn to memories. The river's gonna cry when you're going.
1, 2, 3, extraordinary!
We had probably anywhere between 10 to 30 people leave within the span of 2 days. I still remember the next day talking to some friends about how we're not going to take the next few weeks for granted and make sure to stop postponing coffee dates and such. So we still had some hangouts and some venting.
You're angry and rebellious.
Wow, you're such a badass.
I just drew a squiggle.
But it turns out we didn't have as much time as we thought. So about a day later, on March 16th, we received another update from Dr. Lida, which kicked off the second evacuation. It was quite forceful, and I like to repeat, if there is an option that gets you home or to another safe location where you might have housing, Minerva needs you to take it. So it doesn't get much less clear than that. Minerva is explicitly telling us to leave. And soon after that, they told us that Manifest, Graduation, and Consequent were all moved online. Particularly for me, it came also around the same time as when my Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, looked me in the eye and told me to come home. I'm not joking.
Canadian travelers should return to Canada via commercial means while it is still possible to do so. Let me be clear. If you're abroad, it's time for you to come home.
How do you say no to that, right? A lot of people in our community had to go back to the US ASAP because they had to apply for OPT, which is our work visa for postgrad. and myself included, basically immediately bought a plane ticket to the US. So within the following 2 to 3 days, we had about another 20 to 30 students planning to leave the city. So again, the SXP interns kicked into high gear and ran one of the coolest / craziest student events I've ever been to, called Disquingraduum, which is a combination of continuum, discontinuum, quinquatria, and graduation, which were the 4 events that we were going to be missing by evacuating. But essentially what it was a last-minute makeshift graduation. People dressed up and we all congregated in this public park nearby our residence hall in Taipei to be called up by the remaining staff members and cheered on by our classmates, and we graduated in front of some very confused Taiwanese people. Again, it was heartbreaking but beautiful at the same time.
You would go find your own way. I still see when we climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, to feel the wind and watch the river run. And the sun would always shine when we sat there, you and I. The river's gonna cry when you're...
Here's an amazing video made by our very own Liberty that really captured the essence of the event.
Okay, let's take a picture for roll of car.
Alright, there's one more person graduating.
Who?
Right, Butelier.
Huge shout out to Liberty for making that, and if you want the full video, just reach out to her. And then came the third and final updates from Dr. Lida pertaining evacuating Minerva cities. I think this email came when I was already at the airport. The exact wording was, "We implore you to leave for the US now," in all caps. So that's pretty big, you know? I think that triggered probably the third evacuation, which saw another 10 to 20 M'20s leaving Taipei for home. I believe that left around 10 to 20 M'20s left in Taipei. The rest of us began to settle into a strange new reality of self-isolation and/or quarantine. Although the weird thing about quarantine is that our school wasn't over yet, despite leaving our community. So even in quarantine, we've had some really cool school events and milestones, including likely our biggest academic milestone to date, which was submitting our capstone assignments. All right, this is it. You ready to do this? 4:30 in the morning. 3, 2, 1. Yay! It was super underwhelming because we all expected it to be a big hurrah where we could celebrate together after submitting this assignment we've been working on for 2 years now. But instead, for most of us, we just clicked the button, but we were able to celebrate a little bit over Zoom immediately after the deadline. And of course, we've had some really awesome what I've learned, including with Steve Chen, which I was so lucky to moderate, and also the what I've learned with President Tsai of Taiwan, which is just one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. So yeah, overall, there has been some strong positives, but of course I missed my friends. So let's find out what they've been up to.
What's up, Ben?
Hey Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, cross class vlog.
Hi guys.
My name is Bella, and as you can probably tell by the overly complicated makeup on my face, I have not been doing anything productive this quarantine.
Me, Nick, and guys, turn around for a sec, bros.
I am currently in Colombia, back home, so I haven't gone outside for the past month and 2 days, and yes, I have been counting them.
It's Manla and George. We are in SF, stuck in this quarantine, and our time is mostly spent playing FIFA.
I have discovered the joy of baking as a way of coping with life. I only know how to make banana bread, so this is the third time I've done it this week. They're quite nice. I didn't burn them last time I did. And then I decided to make normal banana bread. It's like hard. I don't know what went wrong. That's life, right?
It's PAX. As is true of everyone else in Buenos Aires, I don't get to go outside anymore. So I spend all of my time spying on my neighbors in this building. Sometimes I get to see people clapping. And sometimes I see people in mysterious hazmat suits spraying unknown chemicals in the street.
I've been doing some sort of artsy stuff. I did this.
It's Phoebe and my little baby brother Quinn. We are currently driving through my parents' new town. Been here for about 30 days, and today I found out that about 10 minutes down the road is Ramael and a bunch of other Minervans.
I also started doing some like visual art stuff. I made this little painting of a sun, and I think it's pretty cute. This is a little drawing of Gio and Sasha that I started, but faces are really hard, so I didn't know how to finish it, so it's kind of just gonna sit here until I figure out how faces work.
Alright, here we go. Guess who I'm with? Oh! Oh my god! When I woke up this morning, I was not expecting to find out that I was right next to a bunch of Minervans. Yeah.
One of the things I'm doing in quarantine is making sourdough.
Sourdough with sourdough bread.
Like every other person in quarantine.
This is one that I made just yesterday, but as you can see, it's already kind of bubbling, so I'm super excited about that.
This is my starter, and I have to feed it. And now it looks like this. So a bunch of bubbles, and it's grown about 3 times in size.
I'm Kroner, and these are our children. This is Apollo. He's nice and feisty. This is Bertha. She's funky. This is Cecil. She's slow and steady. Hansel's in the basement. We're mad at him. Our children give us so much. We love to eat them.
Sourdough is for suckers, banana bread.
I was so hyped.
Okay, I am done with fort building. Now for my castle tour. This is the entrance. Usually I have a guard, but we'll bypass the guard today. It's my tour. I struggle. Can I fish? Oh my god. This is really a struggle. Okay, so now the next part is to dress the part for your castle. You gotta be the princess, prince, whatever you want to be, you know what I mean?
I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and a boss, my shine like glass, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss.
This is someone's homecoming crown, so it helps complete the look.
Hope everything is going well for everyone else.
Miss everybody so much.
Hope everyone's safe.
So that's where we are now. We still have a month left for Manifest and Consequent and Graduation, which is all now online. Oh, and there was Continuum, which was amazing, by the way. And shout out to everyone who had any involvement in the planning. That's it from me. Hopefully I'll have one more video for you guys for Manifest. So I'm just going to leave you all now with one last question. Should I get a haircut or should I just grow it out and see what happens? Because I'm not seeing anyone anyway, you know? So just comment down below what you think. Cool, thanks. See you guys later.